Hi everyone, welcome back to Coffee Club. And this month's devotion was The Beauty of Holiness. I hope you all enjoyed reading through that, and I hope it made sense the way I kind of explained, because the the whole idea behind this is that to worship God in the beauty of holiness is a way that we live our lives. It's more than just a Sunday morning singing some nice songs, but it's actually every moment, every aspect of our lives. And that's why the printable is the way it is. All those layers and different images, because they represent the different areas of our lives. So you'll see I'm using something called VersaMagic chalk ink. And this stuff is amazing. I got mine from Shane's Bible Journaling here in South Africa, but you can get them at most arts and crafts stores, and I'm sure you get them on Amazon as well. They're basically like a chalky texture, and you can rub them straight onto the page like I did, or you can apply them with a blending brush. You can put them through a stencil. You can apply them with a wet wipe. There's so much you can do with them. They've got a beautiful range of colors, and yes, very affordable. So I kind of wanted to create a collage of ideas and images because, as I said, this sort of represents all the different areas and layers of our lives that every day that we walk in a worshipful manner. But when you're creating collages, sometimes when you've kind of figured out where you want to put everything, but then when you lift it all up to glue it, you struggle to put it back where it was. So for those of you that haven't seen me do this yet, there is a product from Glad called Glad Press and Seal. Here in South Africa, you can only get it at Woolworths, but I think overseas it's available at most places. This stuff it's like a cling wrap, but it's super sticky on one side. And when you rub it against the pieces that you put down for your collage, they stick to it. So you can pull them up without moving them away from where you kind of had them positioned and put your glue on. How nifty is that, right? So if you're anything like me and you you forget where you had things when you lift it up to glue it, this stuff is an absolute game changer. A little bit pricey initially. It's 150 Rand here at Woolworths. I'm not sure how much it is in dollars, but worth every penny because there's about 10 meters in the roll. So I've had this one for over a year already and it just keeps going. And you can reuse the same piece quite a number of times before it loses its stickiness. So you can cut a piece and use it a good 4 or 5 times before you need to cut another piece. Unless, of course, you're doing tons of collaging every single day. But otherwise, I think this would last you really long. Well, you can see how I'm using the chalk ink to rub through a stencil. Yes, I could have just drawn some crosses on the page, but I wanted to show you how you can use these chalk inks. They're so much fun and so easy to use. I will definitely make a point, I will remember to list the colors and the products that I did use. So I will list them in the description of the video for you as well. See how nifty this press and seal is? So I can just sort of pull it up and everything is pretty much where it needs to, well, more or less where it needs to be. While working on the devotion this month, I was so challenged by this. It was, I think I have mentioned, it was a bit of a crazy month. So there was just so much going on this month. And when I get busy and when I get stressed, I get grumpy. So I was this irritable, grumpy mama this last month, and I felt so convicted because here I am talking about how our daily walk is a walk of submission to Christ. It's a walk of holiness. It's every area of our lives, and here I am walking around Miss Grumpy. So I felt so convicted. But this page, it's just a reminder to me that it's every area of our lives. And you know what? God loves us, and He's patient with us, and Sometimes we fall, and that's okay. We just get back up and we keep going. Well, now that I've still managed to get glue all over my fingers, when you're working with Tombow glue, if you allow it to dry and it goes a little bit clear first, it becomes like tacky and makes it so much easier. But when it's still wet and very white, it's incredibly sticky. And a nifty trick, because if you're like me and you're messy and you get the glue everywhere, is to take some baby powder. And if you sprinkle baby powder anywhere you've got bits of glue or tacky or stickiness on your page, the baby powder actually takes all that stickiness away. So that has definitely been a lifesaver for me, because even when trying to be patient and letting it dry tacky first, I still manage to get this glue everywhere. But it works. You may have noticed on the printable, there is a question that I've sort of written in bold, and I've written there, what would holiness be without beauty? Because we see beauty and holiness grouped together so often in the scriptures, and that gets you thinking, why together? Why beauty and holiness together? Well, if you consider holiness without beauty, what would that be? That would be religion. That would just be pure sort of man-made religion. It is the beauty of the Lord. It is the beauty of Christ that that brings that holiness in our worship. And there's no separating beauty and holiness, because when you take beauty out of holiness, you're left with just plain religion. And God is just, He wants relationship, not just religion. And that is where that sort of worshiping in the beauty of holiness is, that daily walk. It's that relationship. It's the way of life. And all these different elements on the page are just a reminder to me about that. So this little scrappy bow clip, it's just a rectangle of fabric wrapped around a paper clip, and then you kind of just thread it through each side, and you end up with these really nifty little scrappy bows. So if you like your scrappy bows, you can see, you can see on my Bible, I love them. They are actually really fun and easy to make. But I hope you all enjoyed this, and I'd love to hear and see what you guys are doing with the Printable and with the devotion. Looking forward to seeing you all again soon. Bye.